Hello, everyone. You are listening to 91.7 KRTU. This is the live and local show every Thursday from 10 to 11. We are listening to great Texas music. We're talking to Texas artists, and we have the privilege of sitting down with one of the greatest right now. We are joined by Milli Mars. What's up, Milli?
What's up, my friend? How you doing?
We're good here. Um, Millie right now is up in Austin cutting tracks. The man just never stops. We're here to talk about the new album, King of a One Horse Town. But even as this comes out, you're already working again. What are you working on up there in Austin?
Right now, we own a business, cookie business. So I was also doing some stuff at the bakery. But beyond that, man, we are just we're mixing the album, getting a few things done, getting
Cool,
ready to push
cool.
things forward. Yeah.
Awesome. And I know that you own that business. That seems like selling cookies and rapping. That's definitely very, very diverse. I really dig that. So what can you tell us about the business?
I mean, it's for you gotta have a few revenues. You know what I'm saying? The income, you want to be a millionaire with that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get like seven more, a few more, several. You know what I mean? Get some things going. But as far as it pushing it out there, like Master P is one of my favorite artists. You know what I mean? Seeing what he does with
Right.
the rap snacks from the movies, everything. The man's incredible. You know, and that really motivates me to want to do more to get there.
Very cool. Very cool. And I know that for a while, at least, you're doing the vegetarian thing. Is that still something that
Oh
you're doing?
yeah, it's a way of life, man. Vegan, yeah, man. The cookies are 100% vegan. You want, in fact, bro. When I get back to the city, I'll make sure that you get some.
Very cool.
Absolutely. But yeah, they're 100% vegan. You can't tell the difference. One of the best cookies, Kung Fu Kitty Cat Cookie Club. Go check it out. You know what I mean? Follow us on Instagram.
Very cool. Why did you make that choice as far as veganism goes? Was it like for your health? Was it like an ethical thing that you decided?
Yeah, when you look at our community, like the black community, people of color, like high cholesterol, things of that nature. If I try to introduce a vegan product or something to a family member or a friend, normally they'll be turned away just when they hear the words, like your brain is trained or whatnot. You know what I mean? You think you know better. But if I can give them something that who doesn't love cookies? So if I can give them something that they're like, yo, it's delicious, and they eat the cookie and they say, well, the cookie's great, then maybe they'll go try a chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? They keep going. It's about sustaining the planet. So to me, it's not even a choice no more. It's just a way of life. You know what I mean? Just putting other people on.
That's really, really cool. Well, shouts out for doing that. Always great to see you doing work in the community, all that type of stuff. Really interesting. The other thing that I know, lifestyle wise, you're into boxing. And so,
Yeah.
always seeing videos of you out training, making sure you're up on the up and up.
Yeah.
Is that something that is like a discipline for you? Is it just something that you've always done?
I'm getting back to it. I mean, it's weird. I actually talked to God is awesome, bro. I mean, the universe puts you in the right place. I've actually talked to fighters online like Clarissa Shields, champion. She just switched over to MMA.
Wow.
I've talked to Cannon Briggs. I've talked to a lot of martial artists on that as well. A few guys' name I ain't gonna try to say right now because I'm gonna butcher it. But yeah, it's like I don't know, maybe I got good form. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that we all should men and women, but I believe as men we should be protectors. We should be able to. If I see somebody jumping on you and I was out, I want to be able to get a person off without having to. I want to be able to protect me, myself, and others around me. You know what I mean? I think that's something we all should know. You know how to defend yourself. But it is a form of discipline. It got a lot more serious when I did become vegan. Insane to think about it that way, but yeah, it was about keeping yourself right. If I control what I eat every day, I can. A lot of people can't even control what they eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you can't do that, think about how many other aspects of your life that you don't have a grasp on. You know, that you may mentally think you do, but you don't. So I told myself, if I can let these things go, and what else can I do? What changes can I make to benefit me for the better? Honestly, I feel better, look better. So I think everybody should try it out, man. You know?
Millie Mars here on 91.7 KRTU, giving us some game, staying disciplined, healthy lifestyle. All that's really, really good stuff. The reason why we're here today and the reason why we really wanted to have you on, one, just love you as an artist. Two,
Thank you.
new album is out, King of a One Horse Town.
Yes, yes.
Tell us about the process with this one. How did it go down? Who did you work with on it, etc.?
Went down like this. I linked up with a cat named Dimitri 36. Very, very dope artist. You know what I mean? Producer. He actually raps too. That's why I say dope artist. We had linked up. It happened really fast, man. He had reached out to me about doing some music. Dimitri was a fan of mine. I became a fan of his. You know, after hearing this stuff, very talented dude. I feel like we're on the same wave. And he has a tape about to come out too, a single about to drop. So look out for that, Bad Apple. But yeah, we linked up and this happened like in about 2 weeks, less than that. You know what I mean? The process took 2 weeks, like finishing it, but recording it only took like maybe 3 days.
Wow.
So yeah, we linked up and it happened fairly quickly. You know, like I had a lot to say. I don't even feel like, I mean, not to say anything. I love the album, but I went through so much crazy things that it's like people are really gonna I'm gonna address these things. I'm gonna talk about these things on the next album we'll talk about. A lot of people kept reaching out and they wanted music. So I was like, I gotta give somebody something. I love Dimitri, what he had, I love 36, what he was doing. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do this. He was game and hopefully we gave Texas and that the rest of the world something that they'll appreciate.
Absolutely. I really enjoy the album. Definitely can't wait to hear what else you have going out. You know, of course, we're subscribed to the Spotify, we're subscribed to the YouTube and all that stuff. So we can always get our dose of Milli Mars whenever we need it. I'm
gonna get on my YouTube game too. I'm slacking. I'm sorry. One of my guys got the cold. I'm gonna start being up on it like crazy now. You'll see that in the next 2 weeks. Watch.
Good stuff. So, you know, it's cranking an album out that fast. That's pretty crazy. So was there stuff that you already had written that you felt like worked with Dimitri 36's beats, or was it did the music kind of speak to you and you just cranked it all out quick like that?
Yeah, I just cranked it all out like Soulja Boy, man. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't take no time at all. Like, for one, like most of it is just going off the top of my head. Like Mars Attacks is just 100% freestyle.
Wow.
A lot of those songs I already had in my head verses that like not the song, not the joints in my head, but it was like I came up off my head when we were in there in the booth. So I wrote them as we were sitting there and he was playing me the music.
Wow.
We were just knocking them out like that. It was something really for the people. I wanted King of a One Horse Town. I was born on the Day of the Dead, so I wanted to give people something around that time. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm better than I used to be. I feel like it's constant growth, and they're gonna see that musically, like especially all the diehard fans. I mean, even if you're just getting turned on, you want for a wild ride because things are about to get beautiful, really crazy, beautiful chaos. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I love it. Beautiful chaos. Let's get into some of it right now. This is the track Space by Milli Mars off the new album King of a One Horse Town.
I don't need no space from you, I need the space for me. New lick, I hit 20K, that new space just for me. And I just accidentally spend outrageously. Spending change to drown that pain, this land is make believe. I fuck a hard spend in the month, got fanny on my shades. Hold my fringes in my pocket, green and ain't the seas. Heard your crew pull guns with me, but couldn't
You just heard Space by Milli Mars from the album King of the One Horse Town. You're listening to 91.7 KRT. This is the live and local show. Every week, we are doing nothing but listening to Texas music, trying to put you onto the new stuff. This is a brand new album, and we're lucky enough to be joined by the man himself, Milli Mars. Before we broke, Milli, you're talking about this is kind of an album for the people of San Antonio, for the people of Texas, and something just as a Texas music fan, as a diehard San Antonio kind of DIY music guy, I've always wanted San Antonio to kind of have their hip hop artists the same way that Houston has Screw and Chicago has Chicago has Sosa and Brooklyn has Biggie and all that stuff, right? So is that something that you are setting out to do with this album, or even just in your career? Is that something that's not really on your radar?
That's a really dope question. Great question. I had that in his pocket. When I love my city, but with the personal things that I've been through, it's like that molded me to an artist. I've never sat back and thought, even breaking through in San Antonio the way I have, making Fade at Complex, Michigan, and being on so many Double XL hitting us up, so many things. It's like I feel like San Antonio reacts slow. I've never wanted to. I come to Austin to get more love and club. Don't get me wrong. I'm walking in restaurants out there and they say it's beautiful. That's not why we're doing it though. It's music, it's a form of counseling. You know what I'm saying? It's just. What was that? Anyway, but to answer your question, because I'm scatterbrained, I'm Scorpio, I get lost. I never really set out to make like San Antonio music. I knew off top when I was making, but I always would tell people, how am I not making San Antonio music? I'm from San Antonio.
Right.
Most people that were from Texas were trying to sound like our big brothers, Houston, right?
Right.
So everybody was trying to do something that wasn't even them. I was like, I'm going to give my city an identity. I wanted, because the people I knew, what influenced me, were people that were already going against the grain, whether a lot of people knew about them or not. And they were from San Antonio, that a lot of people I was around, there were so many rock bands and people doing that thing. And even myself, one of my favorite artists is Hector Lavoe and Jim Morrison, but people wouldn't take that in off me. I mean, I love Shine, Biggie, Jay-Z, all greats, but not, big L's. But you're supposed to create not to try to sound like something else. I feel like Texas, when you look at Bun B and Pimp C, they defined Houston. Right. They were themselves, and they were from Port Arthur, but they defined something. They defined Texas music. And so with me, I want to be, I don't want to ever compare myself to anybody, but I definitely want to be in the same breath as the Kanye's, the Jay-Z, and the Nas. But when it comes to my city, I also, when they look back, they're like, that guy's from San Antonio. What did Jeff Wise tell me? He was like, man, only time I ever thought about anything from SA is I thought about the Spurs. He was like, now I think about you. And it was like, yeah, man. So to hear things like that from people you look up to, or people that you really dig, that's what matters to me, the longevity and keeping my name and hopefully being able to pass that torch. And I ain't done with the torch. I'm still burning things down. But to be able to keep passing that torch on for people to keep doing that and creating is the point, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's really good stuff, man. Again, we're here with Milli Mars. He's giving us some game. There was so much good stuff in there. But one thing that I wanted to circle back to, you said music is a form of counseling.
Yeah.
Can you just elaborate on that for us a little bit?
Ooh, yeah. For me personally, it's like, it's times you want to cry, I can go in the booth and just scream, and it's times you want to run around and come on, we are primal beings, man. Don't get me wrong, we are full of love, but we are full of rage. Even the way we live day to day isn't normal. So people go crazy. And the things that I've had to face and beat and overcome lets me know, like, yeah, I know something out there is looking out for me, and it's something bigger, but it's supposed to be something. What it does, even my own music, when I listen to it, that's sometimes I'm listening to songs, I'm like, oof, man, I can't even believe I said that. I told people that.
Right.
And it's like, but I know there's somebody going through the same thing. So it was such an unconscious decision to even make it when I was in the booth. It was just like, I feel this way and I know somebody else does. So this is for them too. And yeah, man, it's beautiful. Like music, I'm forgetting the quote, but somebody was telling me how it's the form of art that hits the fastest. Like, I mean, you can look at a painting, you could take that in, and you could 5 months later, you can be like, I didn't take that in, but with music, it's like you're constantly even hearing it again and getting another feeling off of it. It's constant emotion, constant events happening while you're playing it. And so, yeah, man, I really feel like even it's a blessing to be a part of people's lives that much. But to me, it's a form of counseling through the aspect of it gets me through things just recording a song.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A true artist. Well spoken, well spoken. Another thing that you had mentioned was, being unique and kind of being your own sound, not trying to sound like Big Brother, not trying to sound like anybody else. One thing about Milli Mars that stands out to me as a Milli Mars fan is just your voice. Part of hip hop is bars and production, but just the way your voice sounds it's intense. Like, straight up for somebody just tuning in, listening. Is that, have you always kind of had that voice? Is it something that you developed? And your speaking voice is really very similar to your performing voice too. So it doesn't sound like
Thank you, man. I hear, it was crazy when I travel. I hear that from engineers the most. They're like, how you talk, how you rap. They're like, I never get that from people. They're like, normally people sound completely different when they get in the booth. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, God. But yeah, it's not something I try to form. I just talk, man. And as far as music, I remember when I first started rapping, my voice was a lot lower. If you go listen to an album like YMID, Young Mills is Dead, my voice changed like dramatically after that. So I was scared. I was like, yo, is my fan base? I was like worried. I was like, is my fan base gonna still like my music? But people loved it even more. And I thank you, God. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm blessed to have it. It makes me think of artists like Shine. Like he's one of my favorite artists. And people always talk about his voice illumination, the way they feel when they hear it. And I don't ever try to compare myself to anybody, but I do. There's people I do look that I'm like, man, this guy's great. I give them their flowers. And so I know what I have, and I'm trying to use my gift and see where I can take it. And thank you for that compliment, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. No, there is just some talent aspect to it. I know it's a lot of grinding and hard work, but like you said, some of it's just being blessed and having that talent. Definitely glad that you're taking advantage of it. One other thing I wanted to get to here, you've gotten some love from DJ Wonder on Shade 45. That's any even casual hip hop fan knows that's a pretty big deal, man. So how did that happen?
Yeah, man. DJ Wonder, a dude named how I met DJ Wonder, a guy named Ghost Pizza, had hit me up to come to South by Southwest and do a show out there with them. And I ended up meeting DJ Wonder at that point when I came down there, and he really vibed with the music after we linked, and we just kept going back and forth. And out of nowhere, I would just hear songs on the radio. And he would just send me joints like, yo, man, we playing you out in New York. And I remember Clinton Sparks had DM'd me. He was like, who are you? I'm like, yo, you Clinton Sparks. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, how you know about my music? Well, he followed me and then unfollowed me. I'm like, but he was like, no, I like your music. I heard your music. And that's what scares me too, because sometimes I'll be scared to put out certain things because I'm like, so many bigger people than me are listening to what I'm doing. Because I've heard lines that I've said before with other artists, things of that nature. So
really,
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna make the interview about them. But I laugh a lot. But I know what I am, man. I know what I'm gonna do for my city and for myself because it's bigger than me. I meet so many artists that just need a chance. And I'm gonna be that thing that helps them get a chance. And you're gonna be that thing that helps them get a chance for doing interviews like this. A lot of people are scared to talk about what they love, which I've never understood. I never understood that. Like I've actually been in a radio interview. I'll tell you one thing real quick. I've been in a radio interview. I walked in the room and a guy was like, yo, you Milli Mars? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, I shook his hand. He was like, yo, man, I love your music. He had his phone out. I grabbed his phone from him. I tried to follow myself. It said, user not found. I was like, yo, man, I was like, you blocked me. He's like, I didn't block you. I was like, you did block me. I was like, I know how to spell. He's like, no, you spelled it wrong. I was like, I know how to spell my name, bro. And I remember I started laughing. I was actually in an interview. I ain't gonna say who, but I was in an interview in Texas, and I was laughing because I was like, that's the problem, man. I was like, people love something so much, but they be scared to say they love it because they want to shine themselves being an artist. They don't understand that when I blow up, because I'm already where I want to be mentally, but they'll see it. They're gonna see it soon. Right. But when I do get to where I want to be, it's gonna help them get to where they want to be, and that's what's gonna scare them the most. They're gonna be like, man, I should help this guy a long time ago. I mean, if you've been to the shows and you've seen what we do as locals, then you should already understand there's an aspect of respect that comes with it. It's like, yo, give me my flowers, bro. Give me my flowers, man. I'm a normal dude.
That is a weird part of being an artist, especially in music, that seems to come up from time to time. You know, people not or being shy about saying they're a fan of somebody or feeling like it's a competition when, like you said, we're all in it together trying to you know, make great music and share great music. And of course, that is the point of this show. If you enjoy conversations like these every Thursday from 10 to 11 p.m., it's live and local on 91.7 KRTU, all about Texas music, putting you on to new stuff or bringing you artists that you're already a fan of. Millie, so I don't think that you remember this, but we met back in probably 2013 or 2014 where you were recording with Ryan Doherty at the Doherty South Studios.
Familiar, man. I kept staring. That's why I keep staring. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah. So we were in there. We were in there recording, and you came through. And after you left, he showed us some of the stuff y'all were working on. I've been a fan since then, so it's cool getting to link up, bring your music to the people. Again, the album is King of a One Horse Town. Milli Mars is the artist. Millie, if people want to follow you, keep up with your music, where should they go?
All right, first of all, thank you for that blast from the past, man. I knew you from somewhere else. That was gonna bother me for a while, bro. I was like, man, I know this guy. Thank you for that, man. Ryan is a cool dude, bro. Ryan is such a solid. I just went to Jersey to visit him out there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he showed me where Biggie lived, where Biggie used to live at. Ryan, when I get my first million, you and Ryan will be like two of the first people I'm hitting up, and we just wilding out, bro. I promise y'all that. Because, yeah, if I met you there, I knew you had vibes, bro. I knew you had vibes, man. I love Ryan. That's my brother from another mother right there, man. He be making me laugh. He's like, damn, Mars, have you been to Africa? I was like, no, Ryan, I don't have as much money as you. Get out of here. I was like, how you been to Africa before me?
Yeah.
I love Ryan, man. I love him. He would pay for the ticket if I asked right now, man. I love that guy. You know
yeah. Shouts out Ryan Doherty, man.
Shout out to Ryan, man.
But yeah, so plug in the album. Where do people need to go? Where can they get the cookies? Where can they listen to the music? Where can they keep up with everything Milli Mars?
Yo, man, follow me on Instagram at Milli Mars. I'm getting all my stuff together. Follow me there. You'll find everything. I'll tell you where to go. Cookies at Kung Fu Kitty Cat Cookie Club. All right. And also Tongue Twister, but you can't forget it. We sell out of Hash Vegan Eats in San Antonio. We sell out of Plowbow in Austin. We're about to be spreading out even more. We got a lot more things going on, man. Hey, man, you're a cool dude. I appreciate this interview, man.
Absolutely. Huge fan, folks. This has been Milli Mars. We are going to leave you with his new track produced by 36. This is Master P here on 91.7 KRTU.